Have you ever noticed how your thoughts shape your mood, your choices, and even your future? It's not just a random thing. What you think about day after day slowly becomes your reality. If you keep telling yourself you're not good enough, life starts to feel like a struggle. But when you start believing you can grow, improve, and take control, everything begins to change. This idea isn't just motivational talk, it's real. The way you think affects your attitude, your energy, and what you do with your time. In this video, we're breaking down exactly how your mindset influences your life and how you can shift it to create real progress. It's about learning to take charge of your thoughts and stop letting fear or doubt run the show. If you're ready to change how you think so you can change how you live, then let's dive in. Number 1. Change your mindset to change your entire life. Most people wake up every morning feeling stuck. Not physically, maybe, but stuck in their minds. They drag themselves out of bed, not because they're excited to live the day, but because they have to. The alarm goes off and they sigh, not out of relief, but out of frustration. They look in the mirror and don't like what they see, not just on the outside, but on the inside too. And it's not because they're lazy. It's not because they're not capable. It's not because life has been too hard. It's because something deep inside them has been running on autopilot. Their thinking, their mindset, and that mindset has been quietly shaping their life for years. You see, everything in your life, your habits, your choices, your relationships, your income, your self-respect, starts with your mindset. If your mind is filled with doubt, fear, or negativity, those feelings become the filters through which you see the world. And here's the hard truth. If you keep thinking the way you've been thinking, you'll keep living the way you've been living. Nothing will change until you do. Your life doesn't get better by chance. It gets better by change. And the first change always starts in your thinking. Now, changing your mindset doesn't mean putting on a fake smile or pretending everything is fine when it's not. It doesn't mean repeating positive phrases without believing them. It means confronting the way you've been thinking, being honest about it, and deciding that from today, you won't let your past thinking control your future life. You must take charge of your inner world. That's where the real battle is. You're not fighting the world. You're fighting the part of you that says you can't. You're battling the voice in your head that says you're not good enough, you always fail, you'll never change. And you have to decide no more. It starts with awareness. Notice what you say to yourself when no one's listening. Do you talk down to yourself? Do you make excuses? Do you see only the problems and never the opportunities? If so, you're not alone. That's where most people live. But you don't have to stay there. You can train your mind to work for you, not against you. That's the real work. That's where transformation begins. You get to decide how you see the world. You get to choose whether you'll keep saying, "That's just how I am," or start saying, "That's who I used to be." You have to replace the old story you've been telling yourself. The one that says, "I can't," "I'm too late," "I've failed too much." That story has kept you where you are. It's time to write a new one. One that says, "I'm capable. I'm learning. I'm not where I want to be, but I'm not staying where I am." This isn't about pretending. It's about choosing a better direction for your mind. A new mindset is like opening a door. The opportunities, the confidence, the energy, all of it is on the other side. But you have to choose to walk through, and don't wait to feel like it. Change doesn't wait for your feelings to catch up. You act first. You think different first. And then the feelings follow. You won't always feel ready. You won't always feel strong. That's normal. But if you only move when you feel like it, you'll stay in the same place. Action creates change. Not just big action, but consistent action that starts with how you think. Every time you catch yourself saying, "This is too hard," switch it to, "This is a challenge, but I can learn." That's mindset in motion. Your mindset also shapes how you handle failure. Some people see failure as proof they're not enough. Others see it as feedback. The difference isn't in their talent. It's in how they think. The right mindset turns failure into fuel. It sees setbacks as steps. That's not wishful thinking. That's training your brain to see the bigger picture. Every time life knocks you down, you have two options: stay down or rise up with a better mindset than before. The person who gets back up with a better mind eventually builds a better life. Changing your mindset is hard work because it forces you to take responsibility. No more blaming others. No more waiting for perfect conditions. You accept that you are the author of your story, not a victim of it. That shift is powerful. It puts you in the driver's seat. It gives you control. And that's when life starts to feel different, not because the world changes, but because you did. Even your relationships will shift when your mindset shifts. You'll stop expecting others to fix you. You'll stop needing validation from people who don't understand your journey. You'll attract better people because you've become better inside. When your thinking improves, your energy improves. And people notice that. The right ones are drawn to it. The wrong ones fade away. That's the power of thinking differently. It changes what you attract and what you accept. A growth mindset doesn't wait for confidence. It builds it. You grow into confidence by doing the things you once feared. You speak up when you used to stay silent. You take the shot when you used to hold back. You go for the opportunity when you used to talk yourself out of it. And even when you fail, you don't go back to the old thinking. You keep moving forward. You remind yourself, this is part of the process. That's how champions think. And champions are not born, they're trained. In the mind first. This is not a one-day switch. It's a daily commitment. You have to remind yourself every morning, I'm in charge of how I think today. I can focus on what's wrong, or I can look for what's possible. I can live in fear, or I can step into courage. I can let the past define me, or I can let today build me. These decisions seem small, but they shape everything. Because thoughts become choices. Choices become habits. Habits become results. And results become your life. You don't have to be perfect to change your life. You don't need all the answers. You just need to start thinking better, one thought at a time. Instead of saying, I can't, start saying, I'm willing to try. Instead of saying, I've always failed, say, I've learned a lot. Instead of saying, this is too hard, say, this is my chance to grow. That's the kind of thinking that transforms lives, not overnight, but over time. And if you stay with it, you'll look back one day and realize you're not the same person anymore. You built something new, starting with your mindset. Number 2, set clear daily goals and stick to them. Most people live their entire lives without knowing where they're going. They wake up every day and react to whatever happens like they're on autopilot. They go through the same routines, go to the same job, talk to the same people, and come back home feeling tired, drained, and often disappointed. And when the day is over, they wonder why they feel like nothing changed. Why they're still stuck in the same place, facing the same problems. The truth is, you can't expect your life to move forward if you don't tell it where to go. If you don't direct your days will direct you. And most of the time, they'll take you somewhere you never wanted to be. Success doesn't show up by chance. It's built through daily effort, and that effort must be guided by a clear intention. That intention is called a goal. Not just a big goal you hope to reach someday, but small, clear goals you set for each day. Goals that give you direction, focus, and urgency. When you wake up and know exactly what you need to accomplish, you take control of your day. You stop wasting time. You stop drifting. You stop feeling like you're always busy but never moving forward. Setting daily goals is one of the most powerful changes you can make. It brings structure to your life. It forces you to make decisions. And it keeps you focused on what matters most. Because here's what happens when you don't set goals for the day. You fill your time with distractions. You react to other people's needs. You get pulled into things that don't matter. And before you know it, the day is over and you're left with the feeling that you didn't do anything meaningful. That feeling over time becomes frustration, then regret, and then hopelessness. You need to wake up every day and ask yourself one question. What do I need to accomplish today that moves me forward? Not 10 things. Not vague ideas. One clear, specific goal that matters. It could be making a phone call you've been avoiding, finishing a project, learning a skill, taking care of your health. Whatever it is, it has to matter. It has to mean something to you, and it has to be clear enough that you know whether you did it or not. The goal has to be measurable. If it's vague, it won't guide you. Saying, "I want to be productive today," is not a goal. That's a wish. A goal is, "I will write for 30 minutes without distraction. I will run 2 miles before work. I will study 1 chapter of my course." Clear goals remove confusion. They remove hesitation. They tell your mind exactly where to focus. And here's the next part. Once you set the goal, you must follow through. That's where most people struggle. They set goals in the morning, but let distractions pull them off track by noon. They say, "I'll get back to it later," but later rarely comes. Discipline means doing what you said you would do, even when the feeling you had when you made the decision is gone. You must learn to show up for your goals even when you don't feel like it. That's the difference between people who grow and people who stay the same. Every day is an opportunity to build discipline. Every time you follow through on a goal, you build trust with yourself. You start to believe in your ability to get things done. That belief grows over time and it becomes confidence. But it only comes through action. Not planning, not thinking, not hoping, doing. There's power in knowing that you can count on yourself. And that power starts by doing what you said you would do today. The reason most people never reach their bigger dreams is because they never win the small days. They think about the future, but they ignore the present. But the present is where your future is built. If you can't stay committed for one day, how will you stay committed for a year? Big changes come from small daily actions, repeated with consistency. You don't need a huge breakthrough to change your life. You just need to stop wasting your days. Start each morning with a plan. Don't leave your goals to chance. Take 5 minutes and write them down. Not just in your head, write them where you can see them. Make it real. And don't overload yourself with a list of 10 things. Choose 1 to 3 goals that really matter. Things that make you proud when you finish them. Then break those goals into simple steps and give them a time. If it doesn't have a time, it won't get done. If your goal is to exercise, decide what time. If your goal is to learn something, decide where and how. If your goal is to connect with someone, decide when you'll make the call. Don't leave it open-ended. The mind needs clarity. The more specific you are, the more likely you are to follow through. Vague goals die fast. Clear goals move you forward. And don't wait for motivation. Motivation comes and goes. What you need is structure. Structure keeps you moving when your emotions try to talk you out of it. If you rely on motivation, you'll only act on the days you feel good. And that's not enough. You need to act on the days you feel tired, discouraged, even uncertain. That's how you separate yourself from the crowd. Most people stop at the first sign of resistance. But you must decide that your goals matter more than your moods. Track your progress. Keep a simple record of what you did today. Not to judge yourself, but to stay aware. When you track what you do, you learn about yourself. You see your patterns. You notice what works and what doesn't. And when you see progress, even small progress, it builds momentum. It gives you energy to keep going. And that energy, that quiet confidence, is what carries you through the tough days. There will be days when you fall short. That's part of it. You're human. But don't let a bad day turn into a bad week. Don't lose momentum over a mistake. Get back to your plan the next day. That's how winning is done. Not through perfection, but through persistence. The people who succeed are not the ones who never fail. They're the ones who don't quit. And remember, your daily goals don't have to be huge. What matters is that they are aligned with where you want to go. Each small step, taken with intention, moves you closer to the life you want. Over time, those steps add up. They become habits, and those habits shape your results. So if you want to change your life, don't wait for the perfect moment. Start by winning the day in front of you. Decide what matters. Set a clear goal. Stick to it. Show up. Do the work, and then do it again tomorrow. This is how ordinary people create extraordinary results. One clear goal at a time. One finished task at a time. One focused day at a time. Number 3. Eliminate one bad habit starting from today. There are people who wake up every day with the best of intentions. They want to do better. They want to make progress. They want to feel more confident and have more control over their lives. But by the time the day ends, they're frustrated again, not because they didn't try, but because something kept pulling them backward. Something familiar, something quiet, something they don't always see coming. That something is a habit, not a good one, a bad one. A habit that slowly steals time, drains energy, and keeps their life from moving forward. And the longer it stays, the more damage it does. Everyone has at least one habit that doesn't serve them. It might be procrastination, scrolling endlessly on the phone, overeating, complaining, comparing themselves to others, going to bed too late, wasting money, avoiding hard conversations. These habits don't show up loudly. They don't scream. They whisper. They tell you it's okay to skip today. They tell you one more minute won't hurt. They tell you that starting tomorrow is just as good. And before you know it, weeks go by, months go by, and you're still in the same place. The danger of a bad habit is that it becomes part of your routine without you noticing. It starts small, just once in a while. Then it becomes easier. Then it becomes normal. Then it becomes automatic. And that's the trap. You don't even realize how much it's costing you, until one day you look around and realize you're stuck. Not because you lacked potential, but because you let something small grow too strong. The key to taking your life back is not trying to fix everything at once. That leads to burnout. That leads to frustration. What you need is one decision, one shift, one bad habit that you decide ends today, not tomorrow, not next Monday, today. Because when you take down one wall, you create space for something better, and in that space, you begin to move forward. Choose a habit that you know has been holding you back. Be honest with yourself. What is one thing you keep doing that makes you feel worse afterward? What is one pattern you fall into that always ends in regret? Identify it clearly. Call it out. Stop protecting it. Stop making excuses for it. If it's not helping you, it's hurting you. You don't need to justify it. You need to remove it. Removing a bad habit is not about punishment. It's about freedom. You're not giving something up. You're getting something back. Time, focus, energy, self-respect. That's what happens when you let go of the habits that have kept you trapped. You begin to reclaim control over your life. That feeling of control leads to confidence. Confidence leads to momentum. Momentum leads to real change. You don't need to wait for rock bottom. You don't need another wake-up call. If you already know the habit is hurting you, that's your sign. And you don't have to be perfect. You just need to be committed. Start with today. Just today. Decide you won't let that habit win today. When the urge comes, recognize it. Pause. Take a deep breath. Remind yourself of what you want more, the temporary comfort of the habit or the long-term strength of growth. You won't win every moment, but you can win today, and if you win today, you can win again tomorrow. And the more days you win, the weaker that habit becomes. It doesn't disappear overnight. It fades through repetition, just like it grew. You undo it by doing something different. One choice at a time, one day at a time. That's how lasting change is built. Replace the habit with something better. Nature hates a vacuum. If you remove a habit but don't fill the space, you'll go right back. Find a new routine. Something simple but positive. If you stop scrolling, read a book instead. If you stop snacking, drink a glass of water. If you stop complaining, write something you're grateful for. These small replacements build new pathways in your mind, and every time you choose the new over the old, you strengthen your control. Celebrate your effort, not just your success. Every time you resist the habit, give yourself credit. That matters. That reinforces progress. You're not waiting to be proud of yourself once the habit is gone. You're building pride every step of the way. That mindset keeps you going. It keeps you from falling into the trap of, "I'll never change," because you are changing. With every decision, with every act of discipline, avoid the environments that trigger your habit. Don't make it harder than it needs to be. If you know a place, a time, or a situation always pulls you back into the habit, change your approach. Set boundaries. Create distance. Replace triggers with tools. Preparation is not weakness. It's wisdom. People who grow understand that success is not just about willpower. It's about designing your life in a way that supports your goals. Tell someone you trust. Speak the decision out loud. Let someone know you've made a commitment. Accountability is powerful. It adds weight to your promise. It reminds you that you're not alone, and it gives you support on the hard days. You don't need to do this in silence. You need encouragement. You need someone who will remind you why you started when your mind tries to talk you out of it. Be patient with the process. Habits that took years to form won't disappear in days. But don't let that discourage you. Let it humble you. Let it strengthen your resolve. You're not aiming for perfect. You're aiming for progress. You're training your mind to let go of what's been holding it hostage. That's not easy. That takes strength. But it's possible. And it's worth it. Your life can't grow until your habits grow. You can't step into your future while holding on to habits from your past. Something has to be released. Something has to be cut off. And the longer you delay, the heavier it gets. The heavier it gets, the harder it becomes to move. So make the decision now. While you still have the energy, while you still feel the truth in your gut. Choose one habit. Break it. Replace it. Then keep moving forward. Because every time you remove a bad habit, you make space for something good. You create space for a new belief, a better choice, a stronger version of you. You won't just feel better. You'll become better. And once that change begins, your life begins to shift in ways you never imagined. It starts small, but it grows, because every small win builds a bigger future. One choice, one habit, one day at a time. Starting now. Number 4, surround yourself with people who inspire growth. There is a hard truth many people avoid facing. The people around you shape who you become. It is not just about where you live or what you do. It is about who you spend your time with. Most individuals underestimate this fact. They wonder why they feel stuck or why their progress is slow. Often the answer lies in the company they keep. If you want to change your life, you must carefully choose the people you allow close to you. The people who fill your space either lift you up or pull you down. You cannot grow in a garden full of weeds. You need fresh soil and strong roots. And that comes from people who inspire you to be better, not those who settle for less. Many people cling to relationships out of comfort or fear of change. They keep toxic friendships or unproductive associations because it is easier than starting fresh. But staying with the wrong people steals your energy. It clouds your judgment. It lowers your standards. If you spend time around those who complain, blame, or criticize, you will start doing the same. If you surround yourself with people who have no vision for their lives, it will become harder for you to see your own vision clearly. Your mindset begins to shrink. Your confidence fades. You become trapped in a cycle of excuses and limitations. On the other hand, when you surround yourself with people who push themselves, who dream big, who act on their goals, you will be inspired to follow suit. Their energy becomes contagious. Their mindset begins to rub off on you. Their discipline and habits show you what is possible. This does not mean everyone you know must be perfect or successful, but it does mean you must seek out those who are growing, learning, and moving forward. They don't have to be famous or wealthy. They just need to value improvement and refuse to settle. Think about your circle right now. Who do you talk to most? Who do you turn to when things get hard? Are these people lifting you up or dragging you down? Are they encouraging your dreams or planting doubts? Are they helping you see possibilities or reinforcing fear? The answers to these questions are important because your environment is a mirror reflecting your future. If you want to raise your standards, your environment must reflect higher standards too. Building a network of growth-oriented people takes effort. It requires stepping out of your comfort zone. You may have to let go of some relationships. That is hard, but it is necessary. You deserve to be around those who believe in your potential, who hold you accountable, who challenge you to be more. These people will not allow you to stay stuck. They will push you to keep moving even when you want to quit. They will celebrate your wins and help you learn from your mistakes. They will be honest with you because they care about your growth. Seek out mentors, coaches, friends, or colleagues who have what you want. Not to copy them blindly, but to learn from their journey. Watch how they think, how they act, how they respond to setbacks. Their mindset and habits become your guide. You learn new ways to handle challenges and new strategies to pursue your goals. And when you connect with people on the same path, you find support and encouragement that keep you motivated. You must also be selective with your time. Quality relationships require investment. You cannot expect to grow if your interactions are shallow or inconsistent. Make time for meaningful conversations. Share your goals and struggles honestly. Listen carefully to advice and feedback. Growth comes from connection, but real connection takes effort and openness. Avoid gossip, negativity, and energy-draining talks. Instead, focus on discussions that inspire ideas, solutions, and action. Another important truth is that growth is contagious. When you commit to surrounding yourself with people who inspire growth, you become a magnet for opportunities. Doors open, ideas flow, confidence rises. You start thinking bigger because the people around you do. Your vision expands because you are no longer limited by old beliefs or small dreams. This new environment creates a positive feedback loop. You push yourself harder. You reach higher, and your circle grows stronger with you. You are not meant to do this alone. Everyone needs a tribe that supports and challenges them. Life's toughest moments become easier to face when you have people who believe in you. Success becomes sweeter when you share it with those who helped you get there. And the journey becomes meaningful because it is shared. You create bonds that encourage resilience and perseverance. These bonds give you strength when your own runs low. At the same time, be aware of the energy you bring to others. Growth is a two-way street. When you surround yourself with inspiring people, you must also become someone who inspires. Show up with honesty, encouragement, and generosity. Share your progress and struggles. Be willing to listen and offer support. The people you choose to be around will appreciate your effort, and that mutual exchange creates a powerful environment for growth. Sometimes the hardest part is the beginning. You may feel alone or uncertain. You might worry you don't belong with those who are moving forward. But remember, everyone starts somewhere. Even the most successful people began with small steps and uncertain days. What matters is your commitment to change. That commitment will attract the right people and create new possibilities. Changing your circle does not mean cutting off all old relationships. Some people will support your growth even if they don't change themselves. Others may need distance until you are stronger. It is not about judgment. It is about protecting your time, your energy, and your dreams. Your life is too valuable to be held back by people who do not believe in you or your potential. The truth is that your future depends heavily on the company you keep. If you want to live a life of growth, achievement, and fulfillment, you must choose your circle wisely. Surround yourself with people who inspire, challenge, and support you. People who see the best in you and push you to be better than you were yesterday. When you do, you create a foundation for lasting change. You build momentum that cannot be stopped. In the end, your life will reflect the people you spend the most time with. Choose to spend that time with those who lift you higher, who believe in your potential, and who inspire your growth. This choice is one of the most important you will ever make. It determines not only where you go, but who you become. And that choice starts now. Number 5. Wake up early and use mornings to plan. Waking up early is not just about getting out of bed before the sun rises. It is about claiming control over your day before distractions and demands take over. Many people live their lives reacting to whatever comes their way. They start the day rushing, stressed, and unfocused. This chaos often continues until they collapse at night, exhausted and disappointed. The morning is the only time each day when you can choose what your day will look like. If you wait for energy to come to you or motivation to find you later in the day, you are handing control to chance. The secret to success is found in those quiet early hours when the world is still asleep and your mind is clear. The reality is this: your environment is filled with distractions. Phones buzzing, emails piling up, messages from every direction. If you start your day reacting to these interruptions, you lose focus and direction. You lose the chance to shape your priorities. Getting up early gives you a head start. It creates a window of time that belongs to you. No interruptions, no outside noise. Just you and your goals. That time is sacred because it is where your future is decided. Waking up early is hard. Your bed feels warm. The world outside seems quiet and still. Your mind argues that you can start later or catch up after lunch. But success never waits for comfort. It demands discipline. Discipline means doing what you know is right, even when you don't feel like it. That first step out of bed is the first step toward a stronger life. Every day you wake up early and plan your day, you train your mind to value your goals above temporary ease. You build a habit of control that carries you through challenges. The morning is also the best time to plan because your mind is fresh. Your thoughts are clearer. You can think without the clutter of the day's events. Planning your day with intention helps you decide what matters most. Without a plan, the day controls you. You react to whatever feels urgent or loudest. When you plan first thing, you set your priorities. You know what must be done. You decide where your energy goes. This makes it easier to stay focused and productive. You create a roadmap for success that guides your actions. Planning your day in the morning does not have to be complicated. It can be as simple as writing down 3 important tasks you want to accomplish. These tasks should align with your bigger goals. When you choose your top priorities in the morning, you give yourself clear targets. This clarity reduces stress because you are not guessing what to do next. It increases confidence because you have a plan. And it improves results because you focus your time and energy on what matters most. Early mornings also offer quiet moments to reflect and set your mindset. Taking even a few minutes to visualize your success or remind yourself of your why strengthens your motivation. It connects your daily actions to your larger purpose. This connection fuels perseverance on days when challenges come. It reminds you that your efforts have meaning beyond the immediate struggle. You wake up not just to do tasks, but to move closer to your dreams. Another benefit of waking up early is the ability to build consistency. When you create a morning routine, you build a foundation for daily success. Routines reduce the need for willpower because actions become automatic. The more you practice your morning routine, the easier it becomes to start your day with focus and purpose. This momentum carries forward into your work, relationships, and personal growth. It shapes your identity as someone who takes control of their life. The challenges to waking up early are real. It requires going to bed earlier. It demands overcoming the temptation to hit snooze. It means shifting your mindset about rest and productivity. But these challenges are worth facing because the rewards are greater than most realize. Waking up early is an investment in yourself. It pays dividends in energy, focus, and achievement. It creates a space where you can connect with your goals before distractions fill the day. It is also important to use the morning wisely. Waking up early without purpose is wasted potential. Some people get up early but spend that time on social media or aimless browsing. That is not planning. That is procrastination disguised as productivity. Using mornings to plan means making a conscious choice to invest your time in growth. It means avoiding distractions and focusing on what moves you forward. It means starting the day with intention instead of reaction. When you consistently wake up early and plan your day, you create a powerful advantage. You become proactive instead of reactive. You lead your day instead of following it. You build habits that support your success. These habits help you overcome overwhelm and stay focused on your path. Over time, this discipline shapes your character. It builds confidence because you know you are doing what it takes to grow. It builds resilience because you practice control even when it is uncomfortable. Waking up early also creates space for self-care and preparation. You can exercise, meditate, read, or journal before the demands of the day begin. These activities nourish your mind and body. They prepare you to face challenges with calm and strength. When you start the day grounded and energized, everything else becomes easier. Your decisions improve. Your stress lowers. Your creativity increases. This foundation supports lasting success. Many people envy those who seem to accomplish so much. The truth is they do not have more hours in the day. They simply use their mornings differently. They guard that time with discipline. They understand that winning the day starts long before most people are awake. You can do the same. It does not require talent or luck. It requires a decision to take control of your morning and use it to plan your success. Change begins in the morning. Every sunrise is an opportunity to start fresh, to plan with clarity, and to act with purpose. When you claim your mornings, you claim your life. You stop being a passenger and become the driver. Your goals stop being wishes and become plans. Your future stops being uncertain and becomes intentional. That is the power of waking up early and using mornings to plan. It is not just a habit, it is a life changer. Number 6. Take full responsibility for all your actions. One of the hardest realities many people face is admitting that their current situation is largely the result of their own choices. It is easier to blame circumstances, other people, or bad luck for where life finds them today. That might feel comforting at first because it relieves some pressure. But this mindset is a trap that keeps people stuck in the same place year after year. Taking full responsibility means looking honestly at your life and admitting that what you have and where you are is because of what you have done or not done. This does not mean self-blame or harsh judgment. It means owning your power to change by owning your role in creating your life. Most people avoid responsibility because it feels scary. It forces you to confront mistakes, failures, and bad habits. It pushes you to stop making excuses and start making changes. But the truth is this: when you take responsibility, you stop being a victim. You stop handing control over to external forces. You step into your role as the author of your own story. This mindset shift is the beginning of transformation. It moves you from reacting to life to creating life. It turns problems into challenges that you can solve. Taking responsibility means understanding that every action has consequences. If you want different results, you must change what you do. If you want to grow, you must change how you respond to setbacks. When you blame others or circumstances, you give away your power to act. You become dependent on things outside your control. But when you accept responsibility, you focus on what you can control: your choices, your effort, your attitude. That focus is where real change happens. It is also important to realize that taking responsibility includes owning your thoughts and feelings. Your mindset shapes your actions. If you think you are powerless or unlucky, you will behave accordingly. If you believe you have control and the ability to improve, you will act differently. Taking responsibility means not only accepting your actions, but also becoming aware of your inner dialogue. Changing your thinking is part of changing your life. When you hold yourself accountable for both what you do and what you think, you build a foundation for lasting growth. Another crucial aspect is learning from mistakes instead of denying them. Everyone makes errors. Everyone faces failures. The difference between those who succeed and those who do not is how they handle these moments. Taking responsibility means looking at what went wrong, figuring out what you can learn, and deciding what you will do differently next time. This mindset turns failures into stepping stones instead of walls. It keeps you moving forward when others might give up. Taking responsibility also means being honest with yourself. It means not sugarcoating your situation or pretending things are better than they are. Honesty brings clarity. It allows you to see the areas where you need to grow. It helps you recognize the habits, choices, and attitudes that hold you back. This clarity is necessary to create a plan for change. Without it, you are guessing and hoping for the best. With it, you take deliberate steps toward your goals. Owning your actions is empowering because it reminds you that change is possible. No matter what has happened in the past, you can decide how to respond today. You can choose to act differently and create new results. This power belongs to no one else but you. Taking responsibility means embracing that power and using it. It means refusing to settle for excuses or victim stories. It means committing to personal growth and progress every day. At the same time, taking responsibility requires courage. It requires facing uncomfortable truths about yourself and your life. It means stopping the blame game and stepping into accountability. This can be uncomfortable at first because it challenges old habits and beliefs. But it also brings freedom. Freedom from excuses. Freedom from waiting on others to change. Freedom from feeling stuck. This freedom opens the door to new possibilities and new achievements. The people who make the biggest changes in life are those who take full responsibility for their actions. They do not wait for perfect conditions or for others to fix their problems. They act despite fear or uncertainty. They acknowledge mistakes, learn from them, and keep moving forward. This mindset builds resilience. It creates strength that cannot be shaken by setbacks or failures. Responsibility becomes a source of confidence because it is based on control over your own life. Taking responsibility also affects your relationships and how others see you. People respect those who own their mistakes and keep their promises. Responsibility builds trust because it shows integrity. When you accept your role in situations, you communicate honesty and maturity. This can improve your connections with others and create stronger support networks. People want to be around those who take charge of their lives and do not pass blame. This mindset is not about perfection. It is about progress. It is about being willing to admit when you are wrong and being ready to improve. It is about making daily decisions that align with your goals and values. Taking responsibility means committing to this process, no matter how long it takes. It means understanding that transformation is a journey and you are the driver. One way to practice taking responsibility is to ask yourself daily questions. What did I do today that moved me closer to my goals? What choices held me back? What can I do differently tomorrow? These questions create awareness and encourage action. They help you avoid falling back into blame or excuses. This simple habit builds momentum and shapes your character over time. When you take full responsibility for your actions, you become unstoppable. You take ownership of your success and your failures. You control the direction of your life. No longer do outside forces dictate your happiness or progress. You build a mindset of empowerment that pushes you to keep growing and improving. This is the secret to transformation, knowing that your life is yours to shape, one decision at a time. Responsibility means freedom, power, and control. It means stepping up to the challenges life throws your way. It means refusing to let past mistakes define your future. It means choosing to act with courage, honesty, and determination every day. The moment you accept this truth is the moment your life begins to change. The path forward becomes clearer because you understand your role in creating your destiny. That understanding is the foundation for every success you will ever achieve. Number 7. Learn something new every single day. It is common to feel stuck or bored with life because of routine. Many people go through their days without adding anything fresh to their mind. This happens when learning becomes optional instead of a daily habit. The truth is that learning something new every day is one of the strongest drivers of personal growth. Without new knowledge, the mind becomes stale and progress slows down. Life feels flat because there is no forward movement in understanding or skills. When learning is missing, motivation declines and opportunities are missed. People who do not commit to daily learning find it harder to adapt and succeed. Learning something new is not about formal education or complicated books. It can be as simple as reading a paragraph, listening to a podcast, trying a different way to solve a problem, or asking a thoughtful question. Each small piece of new information builds up over time. This accumulation creates a bigger perspective, sharper skills, and greater confidence. The act of learning also fires up curiosity, which keeps the mind alive and engaged. When curiosity is active, life feels more exciting and full of possibilities. One major benefit of daily learning is that it builds momentum. Just like exercising muscles regularly strengthens the body, training the brain every day strengthens mental ability. This momentum carries over into other areas of life. When the brain is used to absorbing new information, it becomes quicker at problem-solving and decision-making. You become more resourceful because you have a wider base of knowledge to draw from. This makes challenges feel less intimidating and more manageable. Daily learning also increases adaptability. The world around us is changing faster than ever. Technologies evolve, industries shift, and new ideas emerge constantly. Those who do not keep learning get left behind. They find themselves struggling to keep up with changes at work or in their personal lives. But those who embrace learning daily are able to adjust and take advantage of new trends. This skill alone can determine success or failure in many situations. Another powerful effect of learning every day is improved self-esteem. Gaining new knowledge or mastering new skills creates a sense of accomplishment. This positive feeling encourages further effort. The brain releases chemicals that reward effort and progress. When you experience this regularly, it builds a positive feedback loop. Confidence grows because you see evidence of your ability to improve. This fuels motivation to continue growing, creating a cycle that keeps you moving forward. Learning daily also expands your horizons. It exposes you to different perspectives and ideas that you might not encounter otherwise. This broadening of view helps you think more creatively and solve problems in unique ways. It prevents narrow thinking and opens doors to new opportunities. When you learn from people who have different experiences or expertise, you gain insights that can change your approach and results. One important aspect is making learning a consistent habit. It requires commitment and discipline to set aside time each day. It does not have to be a long time, but it must be regular. Even 10 minutes of focused learning every day adds up quickly. Creating this habit builds a routine that supports growth naturally. Over weeks and months, the habit of daily learning becomes automatic and enjoyable. It stops feeling like a chore and starts feeling like a privilege. Choosing what to learn is another critical part of this process. Focus on topics that matter to your goals and values. Learning that aligns with your purpose is more motivating and relevant. It helps you apply new knowledge directly to your life, increasing its impact. This focused learning builds skills that open doors to advancement and success. It also prevents wasting time on irrelevant or distracting information. Sometimes learning requires stepping out of your comfort zone. It might involve admitting you do not know something or trying something difficult. This vulnerability can be uncomfortable, but it is necessary for growth. The discomfort signals that you are pushing your limits and expanding your abilities. Each time you face this challenge, your resilience and confidence increase. Learning then becomes a journey of self-discovery as much as knowledge gain. Learning every day also strengthens discipline. It teaches patience and persistence because growth takes time. It shows you that progress is a series of small steps rather than a sudden leap. This mindset helps avoid discouragement when results do not come immediately. It encourages steady effort, which ultimately leads to success. Sharing what you learn can deepen the impact. Teaching others or discussing new ideas helps reinforce knowledge and build communication skills. It also creates connections with people who share your interests. This social aspect of learning adds motivation and accountability. When you explain what you have learned, you understand it better and gain new insights. The joy of learning should never be underestimated. It brings a sense of wonder and excitement that keeps life vibrant. Each new fact or skill opens a door to a different world or possibility. This feeling makes challenges easier to face because the journey itself becomes rewarding. When learning is part of daily life, you stay curious, energized, and hopeful. Ultimately, learning something new every single day is a powerful way to take control of your life. It keeps you growing no matter what circumstances you face. It prepares you for the future by building a strong foundation of knowledge and skills. It creates opportunities that you would not have otherwise. It is one of the most reliable ways to improve yourself and your situation. The secret is consistency and intention. When learning becomes a priority, transformation follows naturally. Number 8. Visualize your success before taking any action. Many people face the challenge of feeling unsure or overwhelmed before pursuing something important. It is a common reality to hesitate, doubt, or even fear failure. These feelings often come because the mind is focused on what might go wrong or on obstacles ahead. This mindset can block progress before it even begins. What most do not realize is that the way they picture their future has a huge impact on what actually happens. Visualizing success clearly before taking any step is a powerful tool that changes everything. When the mind imagines success, it activates a mental rehearsal. This rehearsal helps the brain prepare for the experience of achievement. Visualizing is more than daydreaming. It is a detailed, vivid picture of yourself reaching a goal, feeling proud and fulfilled. When this happens, the brain starts to believe it is possible. This belief influences emotions and behaviors in positive ways. It builds confidence because the mind has a clear example to follow. Instead of being afraid, you feel ready to move forward. Visualizing success helps set a clear destination. Many people struggle because their goals feel vague or distant. The mind needs a strong image to guide it. When you create a mental picture of success, you give yourself a target that feels real. This target directs attention and energy towards meaningful actions. It keeps focus steady even when distractions or challenges arise. Without this mental clarity, efforts often scatter and lose power. The senses play a key role in visualization. Success should not only be seen in the mind, but also felt, heard, and even smelled or tasted if possible. Adding sensory details makes the image more powerful and believable. Imagine feeling the joy of accomplishment, hearing the words of praise, or sensing the environment where success happens. These sensory elements activate the brain in a way that prepares it emotionally and physically for success. Another important effect of visualization is its ability to reduce anxiety and fear. When people imagine themselves succeeding, it reduces the unknown. The brain becomes familiar with the situation instead of fearing it. This familiarity calms nerves and builds courage. It also reduces hesitation because the mind knows what to expect. Taking action becomes less intimidating when success is already pictured clearly. Visualization sharpens decision-making. When the mind sees the end result, it becomes easier to choose the best path. You know what outcomes align with your vision and which actions support the goal. This clarity simplifies decisions and prevents confusion or second-guessing. It also helps avoid wasting time on activities that do not contribute to the desired outcome. One of the greatest benefits is that visualization motivates. Seeing success in the mind creates an emotional pull towards the goal. The feelings associated with achievement drive effort and persistence. This motivation helps overcome obstacles and discouragement. When progress is slow or difficulties appear, the mental image of success acts as a reminder of why the effort matters. It strengthens commitment to keep going. Visualization also trains the brain for performance. Athletes and performers use this technique to improve skills and outcomes. The brain cannot fully distinguish between a real experience and a vividly imagined one. This means practicing success mentally enhances actual ability. Repeated visualization builds neural pathways that make success more likely. The mind becomes wired to act in ways that match the mental image. To make visualization effective, it must be done regularly and with intention. It requires focus and detail. A quick or distracted thought will not create the same results. Set aside time to close your eyes and picture the exact scenario of success. See yourself completing the tasks, overcoming challenges, and feeling proud. Include emotions and surroundings. The more real it feels, the stronger the effect. Avoid negative images during this process. The mind can also picture failure or problems. These negative images create doubt and fear, which sabotage effort. Instead, focus fully on positive outcomes and solutions. This positive mental practice builds resilience and readiness. Visualization works best when paired with action. It is not a substitute for effort, but a tool that prepares and guides action. After visualizing, take deliberate steps towards your goal. This combination of mental preparation and physical effort leads to consistent progress. Each action is backed by the strong belief formed in your mind. Sharing your visualization with others can also enhance commitment. When you tell someone about your mental picture of success, it reinforces your belief. It creates a form of accountability that encourages follow-through. Hearing feedback or encouragement strengthens motivation. Failures or setbacks become easier to handle when visualization is a habit. The mental image of success keeps you focused on the big picture instead of temporary problems. It helps maintain hope and creativity in finding new solutions. This mindset shift prevents giving up when faced with difficulties. Visualizing success improves overall mental health. It reduces stress by focusing on positive possibilities rather than fears. It encourages a proactive and optimistic attitude. This mental state supports better physical health and relationships. When you expect good things to happen, you naturally attract more opportunities and positive interactions. Many successful people credit visualization as a key part of their journey. It is a simple but powerful technique that anyone can use. The difference is in the consistency and belief behind it. Visualization turns vague hopes into concrete plans. It transforms fear into courage. It builds a mindset that attracts success naturally. Practicing visualization daily prepares you to face challenges with confidence. It makes the future less intimidating and more inviting. You begin to act with certainty because you have already seen success in your mind. This confidence is visible to others and draws support and opportunity. Each time you visualize success, you strengthen the foundation for real achievement. It connects your present actions to your future goals. This connection creates a continuous path forward. Over time, your life will reflect the positive images you have created in your mind. The secret to using visualization effectively is to make it personal and meaningful. Imagine the success that truly matters to you, not what others expect. The clearer and more detailed your vision, the more it will motivate and guide you. Visualization is not about magic, but about preparing your mind and heart to welcome success. Through this mental practice, you gain control over your future. You take an active role in shaping your life rather than waiting for chance. This is a powerful step towards transforming your life. The image of success becomes your compass, your fuel, and your strength. It makes every action purposeful and powerful. Number 9. Practice gratitude to shift your mental focus. It is common for people to wake up each day feeling weighed down by what is missing in their lives or frustrated by problems that seem too big to handle. Most struggle to find peace because their minds are caught up in worries, complaints, or feelings of unfairness. This mental state keeps them stuck in negativity and blinds them to the good that already surrounds them. Practicing gratitude is the secret tool that changes everything by shifting the mind's focus from lack to abundance. This simple but powerful habit rewires your thinking, making it easier to see opportunities, joy, and hope, even in difficult times. Gratitude is not about ignoring problems or pretending everything is perfect. It means consciously choosing to notice and appreciate the things that are working or the blessings present, no matter how small. When you start focusing on what you have rather than what you do not have, your emotional energy shifts. Instead of feeling frustrated or stressed, you begin to feel lighter and more content. This emotional shift creates a foundation for clearer thinking and better decisions. The human brain is wired to pay attention to threats and negatives because it helped ancestors survive dangers. However, this natural tendency causes many people to overlook positive experiences and blessings. Practicing gratitude actively retrains the brain to notice good things more often. It builds new mental habits that increase feelings of happiness and satisfaction. Over time, these habits become automatic, creating a new mental landscape focused on abundance. Gratitude improves mental health by reducing stress and anxiety. When you focus on what you are thankful for, your body produces chemicals that calm the nervous system and elevate mood. This effect helps reduce the constant tension that many carry throughout the day. Feeling grateful also lowers feelings of envy or resentment by replacing them with appreciation. It builds resilience to face challenges with a balanced mindset. This practice strengthens relationships. When you express gratitude towards others, it deepens connections and builds trust. People respond positively to appreciation, which increases support and cooperation. Showing gratitude for the efforts of family, friends, or colleagues creates a cycle of kindness that benefits everyone involved. The emotional warmth created by gratitude attracts more positive interactions. Gratitude also increases motivation and productivity. When you recognize progress or achievements, even small ones, you feel encouraged to continue. Celebrating these moments fuels momentum because it confirms that your efforts matter. This positive reinforcement keeps you moving forward even when results seem slow or distant. Without this recognition, it is easy to lose drive and give up. Daily gratitude sharpens focus on what truly matters. It helps sort out distractions or unimportant concerns. When you keep your attention on the positive aspects of life and goals, you reduce wasted energy on complaints or doubts. This clear focus makes your actions more effective because they align with your values and vision. You become intentional about where you invest your time and effort. The practice of gratitude can start with simple steps. Writing down 3 things you are thankful for each day is a proven method. This exercise forces the mind to search for positives and acknowledge them. It can be as basic as appreciating a kind word, a warm meal, or a moment of peace. The key is consistency. Over weeks and months, this habit rewires your brain to look for good instead of bad. Another powerful way to practice gratitude is by reflecting on past challenges you have overcome. Recognizing your strength and growth builds confidence. It reminds you that difficult times are temporary and that you have the ability to endure and improve. This reflection deepens your sense of gratitude because it shows progress and resilience. Gratitude also enhances self-awareness. When you take time to notice what you appreciate, you better understand your values and priorities. This clarity helps in making decisions that are true to yourself. It reduces the influence of outside pressure or comparison with others. Living with gratitude encourages authenticity and peace. The physical environment can support gratitude practice. Surrounding yourself with reminders of what you value, such as photos, notes, or meaningful objects, triggers feelings of appreciation. These visual cues reinforce the habit and make it easier to stay in a grateful mindset throughout the day. Creating a space that reflects your gratitude strengthens emotional well-being. Practicing gratitude changes the way you view setbacks. Instead of seeing failure as an endpoint, you learn to find lessons and hidden gifts in every experience. This mindset turns challenges into opportunities for growth. Gratitude helps you remain hopeful and creative, opening doors to new possibilities that were invisible before. Gratitude impacts your overall life satisfaction. People who regularly practice it report feeling happier, more optimistic, and more fulfilled. It increases energy and reduces feelings of loneliness or depression. Gratitude creates a positive cycle where good feelings lead to more positive actions, which then generate even more gratitude. This habit also connects you to something larger than yourself. Feeling thankful reminds you of your place in a bigger picture. It builds humility and compassion because it shows that many factors contribute to your life and success. Gratitude encourages generosity and a desire to give back. This outward focus enhances meaning and purpose. To truly benefit, gratitude must be genuine. Forced or fake gratitude has little effect. The heart must be involved. Taking time to feel the emotion behind the words deepens the impact. Gratitude becomes a source of strength that supports you through ups and downs. The practice of gratitude fits naturally with other habits that transform life. It complements positive thinking, goal setting, and resilience. When combined, these habits create a powerful foundation for lasting change. Gratitude is the starting point that makes the rest easier and more effective. Ultimately, gratitude shifts your mental focus from scarcity to abundance. This shift changes how you experience the world and yourself. It opens your mind to new possibilities and your heart to deeper joy. Practicing gratitude daily rewires your brain, improves relationships, increases motivation, and builds resilience. This simple habit creates a life filled with more peace, happiness, and success. Number 10. Track your progress and celebrate small wins. It is common for people to feel overwhelmed by the size of their goals or frustrated when results take longer than expected. Many lose hope because they do not see immediate success or think that their efforts are invisible. The reality is that meaningful change happens gradually, step by step, and often behind the scenes. Tracking progress and celebrating small wins are essential habits that keep motivation alive and build momentum toward larger achievements. Without noticing the small victories, it is easy to become discouraged and give up, even when moving steadily in the right direction. Tracking progress means paying attention to what you have accomplished and how far you have come. It is more than just checking off tasks. It is about measuring growth in ways that matter to you. This practice turns abstract goals into concrete actions and provides evidence that effort produces results. When you record your progress, you create a visual reminder that success is happening. This reminder strengthens belief in yourself and your ability to continue. Many people fail to track progress because they are focused only on the end result. This mindset causes impatience and disappointment when immediate change does not show up. Tracking breaks down the journey into smaller, manageable steps. It helps you recognize that each step forward matters, no matter how small. Seeing consistent movement creates confidence and encourages persistence. Celebrating small wins is just as important as tracking progress. Small wins are the building blocks of bigger success. Acknowledging them provides emotional fuel to keep going. These moments of celebration, no matter how simple, remind you that you are on the right path. They release positive feelings that improve your mood and energize your actions. Ignoring small wins makes the process feel harder and less rewarding. The act of celebrating small wins also builds positive habits. When you reward yourself for progress, your brain connects effort with pleasure. This connection strengthens motivation and makes it easier to maintain discipline. Over time, this creates a cycle where progress leads to celebration, which leads to more progress. The energy generated by this cycle is powerful and sustainable. Tracking progress encourages accountability. When you have a clear record of your actions, you can honestly assess what is working and what needs adjustment. This clarity helps you make better decisions and avoid wasting time on ineffective methods. Accountability also increases commitment because it holds you responsible for your results. It keeps you focused and determined. Celebrations do not have to be extravagant to be meaningful. Simple gestures like taking a moment to reflect, sharing your achievement with a friend, or rewarding yourself with something small can create a sense of accomplishment. The key is to recognize the effort and value the progress. These actions build self-respect and reinforce a positive identity as someone who follows through. Tracking progress can be done in many ways. Writing in a journal, using an app, or keeping a checklist are practical methods. The best approach is the one that fits your lifestyle and feels natural. The important part is consistency. Making tracking a daily or weekly habit ensures that you stay connected to your journey and avoid losing sight of your goals. Celebrating small wins boosts resilience. When setbacks occur, recalling past victories reminds you that you can succeed. It provides emotional strength to overcome challenges and keep moving forward. This sense of resilience transforms failures from stopping points into learning experiences. You learn to see difficulties as temporary and solvable. Tracking progress also helps maintain focus on priorities. By reviewing your actions regularly, you can ensure that your time and energy go toward what truly matters. This prevents distraction by less important tasks or negative influences. Staying aligned with your goals increases efficiency and effectiveness. The process of tracking and celebrating creates a mindset of growth. It shifts attention from fixed outcomes to ongoing development. This mindset makes challenges less intimidating because success is viewed as a journey rather than a final destination. It encourages experimentation and learning, which are necessary for improvement. When you track progress, you become more aware of your strengths and weaknesses. This awareness allows you to build on what you do well and work on areas that need improvement. It promotes humility and openness to change, which are critical for long-term success. Celebrating small wins also deepens gratitude. Recognizing progress fosters appreciation for your own effort and the support of others. It enhances relationships because sharing successes invites encouragement and connection. Gratitude for progress creates a positive atmosphere that nurtures growth. Keeping track of progress increases your ability to set realistic goals. As you see what is achievable, you gain confidence to aim higher. This balance between ambition and realism prevents discouragement and burnout. It helps maintain steady growth without overwhelming pressure. Celebration rituals create memorable experiences that motivate you in the future. Remembering how good it felt to succeed inspires continued effort. These memories build a foundation of confidence that can be drawn upon in difficult times. Tracking progress provides proof that change is possible. When you review your journey, you see evidence that your actions matter. This evidence is a powerful motivator to keep going. It replaces doubt with certainty and fear with courage. Celebrating small wins enhances joy in the process. It transforms work into a source of satisfaction and fulfillment. This joy makes the journey itself worthwhile, not just the destination. Finding happiness in small achievements creates a rich and meaningful life. When progress is tracked and small wins are celebrated, you build momentum. Momentum is the force that keeps you moving forward even when motivation wanes. It carries you through tough moments and propels you toward your dreams. Tracking progress and celebrating small wins are habits that create lasting success. They keep you engaged, motivated, and focused. They strengthen resilience and deepen gratitude. These habits transform the way you experience your goals and your life. They make success feel real, reachable, and rewarding every step of the way.